Hey guys, Matt, Cichlid Dojo, back with the update that I mentioned previously, another grow out series. This is going to be on the Mesoheros Festae, and this is week 1. So, I'm doing my grow out series on the Aslanum. I think it's going really well. You could really see the progress after only 5 weeks. I kind of wanted to set the expectations here. I've been working with Festae for some time, not a ton of years, but a good amount of years where I've grown out batches like this plenty of times, and so things that are going over crossing my mind here as I grow these out. The number one thing is time and patience. Festae, these are going to be a lot slower growers versus the Aslanum, and in addition, they're going to you're going to have to be a lot more patient growing them out and seeing some of those kind of fireworks and coloring up and pairing activity. That's not going to happen anytime soon with this species for me, and I'm fully well aware of that, and it's part of the reason that I really love the species. It's somewhat challenging, the Aslanum, everything happened at a really small size. As you guys know, if you're following the videos, 2.5-inch female and a 3-inch male started spawning, paired up, and they're coloring up. They're still really small fish, but they got a lot of development to go, but they start off right away. Festae, these guys, this batch, I would say it's about 35 of them, and they're off of pair number 1, that big male, the male who I really like this profile, and so about 35 of them in the range of, I'd say, 1.5 inch to this guy right here in the middle. I'm saying guy just because I'm not sure right now, but this one is about 2.5 inches, and really you could start guessing sexes, my personal opinion, and things that I'm going to look forward to changing before any pairing activity happens, which will be one, if this is going to remain a male, I would expect that those spangles on the fins are going to remain for the most part. Females, typically, those will start slowly disappearing, those spangles on the fins. In addition, some spangles on the body will remain with a male and will disappear with the female, and that kind of stuff happens. I've had it happen as late as that 6 to 7 inch range. One exception a while ago when I grew out a very big batch of fry in a 240-gallon tank. I grew some out to 6 to 9 inches. I literally had, I think, at that size, around 40 or 50 of them in that tank, and I started with about 500 fry. So I got to, that particular instance, I got to grow out so many, and it was a lot of fun, especially when they start getting into that about that 4-inch mark, and you can start really seeing some differences, some coloring up in each of the fry, and that's when it gets really fun. I wanted to show this video right now because this is the stage when they're, it's not really exciting. They're not really colored up. They got some red on the fins, but typically Festae fry are very kind of plain, and it takes time before you start to see anything happen. This one little clip I just wanted to show. I do have one Geophagus braziliensis fry in here. It was the odd one out of a batch. It just grew a lot bigger, and I didn't really have any place to put it, so I put it in here with the Festae. It's fitting right in, similar size, and it's going to remain in here as long as it doesn't give the Festae any problems. So just ignore that. But back to the Festae fry. It's sort of, if you follow my channel, you'll know it's definitely my favorite species. You could probably tell by how many of them I keep and grow out, and how many pairs I have. And I'm always trying to improve what fry I put out there. Switching up, blood and collection points of my breeders. I did that relatively recently by switching to the Rio Gaius collection point, and that's what these guys are. These are F1 Rio Gaius Festae, and so I'm really excited to see how they turn out. In the past, I grew out and I kept mostly Rio Esmeraldas, and had a lot of fun with those. And then I moved on after seeing some of the adult parents. And I was really convinced that this is the population I want to move forward with for my breeder projects. Yeah, really excited about these guys, and what could come out of these. This batch was available initially, and then I got down to about that 30 fry amount, and just like the Aslanum, I just decided that these last 30 I'm going to grow out for myself, but at some point bigger ones are going to be made available, probably around that 4-inch range. So we'll see what happens with these guys. Probably do updates every few weeks, but stay tuned, and thanks again for watching. Bye now.